Hi, my name is Katie Matichek, and my favorite movie is The First Parent Trap.
Hi, my name is Lauren Iacovino, and my favorite movie is 101 Dalmatians.
Hi, my name is Lillian Galuba, and my favorite movie is Coraline.
Hello, everyone. Welcome to my podcast where I ask questions about, I answer questions about, and generally vibe about movies.
All right. Hello, everyone. Welcome back. I think this is my last episode, so today we're going to be answering the big question: what makes a good soft reboot, also known as requels? So, yeah. Okay, so many old and previously popular movies or franchises eventually get a big budget, epic movie that's new and fresh, like a remake, just like, and it references the original a lot, but it's still labeled as a sequel because it takes place after the original, which is interesting. So yeah, these are known as requels, soft reboots, and these movies do incredibly well with money, and they sometimes lead to sequels or trilogies of their own. And I am a huge fan of requels. I love them so much, but for some reason a lot of people really don't. So yeah, Scream 2022 was kind of built around requels, which is very interesting. So the first thing that I think makes a requel great is not relying so much on the original. Some of these requels rely so much upon and are consumed by their original movies that they can't be their own thing. I like to think of the new 2018 onward Halloween trilogy, Halloween Kills, Halloween Ends. These movies, especially Halloween Kills, are so obsessed with the mentioning and referencing and shedding so much light onto the original Halloween that it's almost annoying. Like, they can't be their own thing. And yeah, it's okay to acknowledge the original movie that you're making a requel for, but it's best to be new and independent. That's always going to be a good thing to do. And keep it in the same universe. Make it new, but keep it this as a sequel. Yeah. Another thing that I think helps a requel would be not having a huge time jump from the original. About all soft reboots or requels always take place some decades after the original, and sometimes it just doesn't work for being so far into the future. It's like everything's gone that you previously knew and stuff. I like to think of Jurassic World as an example of doing this right, because it doesn't take place super far off of the original Jurassic Park and its sequels, and this really helps it to work. This way, Rexy, the T-Rex from the original Jurassic Park, and things from the original can easily appear without much thought or damage to the movie. And also just the idea of this taking place in a new, fresh park on the same island helps it to be, new, but still in the spirit of the original and still being able to show and reference the original, which is really cool. Another thing that I think requels do pretty bad is just having the same characters just in a descendant form of a previous character. Like Kylo Ren is a descendant of, Han Solo. He wants to be like Darth Vader in Star Wars. I feel like the characters that we already knew are just tried to be put into these new characters, and then they eventually become independent by the end, so it feels like this was all for nothing. But yeah, Kylo Ren is who I like to think of for this. He's always trying to be like Darth Vader, who had basically been who he was before him. So many relatives or descendants of characters that we know appear in requels pretty frequently. Scream 22 talks about these and it features them. And this all just isn't worth it in any way, and it's just annoying to see in requels. And overall, I think a pretty big holdback from requels is just they're always trying to do things for money and appeal and for show-offness or whatever. And I think that's where any movie that relies on that stuff downfalls. These movies end up going all out with big budgets, and they rely so much on CGI and appeal and fan service that it's just, it feels like we're watching just fan service advertisements, and it can be annoying. Actors and celebrities from the original are always brought in, legacy characters. It just brings people to the movie. People watch these to see their favorite actors again that they watched from the original. And yeah, I had to sigh. It's just kind of annoying. It is cool to see these people again, but it can really be annoying. I like to think of the new Netflix original Texas Chainsaw Massacre requel. It brings in the original final girl from the original, who is the only thing besides Leatherface from the original, and she doesn't add anything to the story. She's just there for fan service. Has nothing to do with any other character, and that's just an example of an actor brought back just for money, Yeah, so pretty annoying. And for my outro, all in all, I guess it would just be best to not be annoying when making a requel. Like I said, I really am a huge fan of most of these. I love the new Halloween movies. I love Scream 2022. I love Jurassic World. But these, and I love also Star Wars Force Awakens and the new Star Warses. But these just seem so reliant on the money and fan service for it to be its own thing. There's a lot of franchises I still like to see do this. I think some of them could be handled pretty well, and yeah. And guess what? This is what's meant to be my last episode. Again, this was just all a fun school project of making a podcast. And it was really fun. I mean, it might not be done. I do have ideas for maybe another set of 10 episodes, but if it is done, yeah, it's been super fun. I hope you love all these short little podcast episodes, and yeah, thanks for listening. Just thank you. It has been a pleasure, and I hope you've learned a lot about movies through all of these, and I'm glad that I was able to finally share my love. Every movie I've ever talked about here, I can say something good about it. I love movies. Even if they're horrible, they can still be great. So, yeah. For every flaw I state, these movies are great. I do think I am a little critical, but yeah, I love movies. So, thank you for listening, and yeah, thank you for listening to the MoviePod podcast.